Hello, podcast listeners. Welcome to the 2021 Alphabet Project of the Kids What We're Watching Tonight podcast. I'm Andrew.
I'm Neve. And I'm Isla.
Tonight's movie is chosen by me.
Yes, and it starts with A.
The letter A.
Because for the start of your name, Andrew.
And it's also the first letter of the alphabet, which is amazingly handy in this case.
Yes.
Why?
Because it's our first episode of our project.
Yeah. What was like B? That'd be so sad.
Yeah, but then I'd have to
Barry.
call one of you Bettina or something, or Beatrice.
Why don't you be called Bart or something?
Yeah, but then who would do A?
We would have to do it like we're doing all the other
God,
letters in the
I'd
alphabet.
give up. Anyway,
Anyway.
right, tonight's
You
film.
like jazz?
The letter...
That's Barry B. Benson.
You said Barry.
I
No,
don't
I said
know why
Bart.
I don't know why we're getting into this, but tonight's film, okay?
Okay.
The letter A.
Yes. Can you give us a hint before
This
you
film
tell
is
me?
directed by James Cameron.
That isn't a hint that we'll know.
Oh, it is.
So,
there's
He's done
Inception.
Titanic. No. He's done Inception. No.
Avatar.
He's done It's not Avatar, because we've seen Avatar.
Well, I
But
watched.
he did Avatar. He did.
An angry man.
We watched. I'm pretty sure we watched True Lies, though you don't remember it.
No.
Titanic, obviously, we watched.
Yeah.
You sure it's not Avatar?
What was the other one that we watched?
I have no idea.
He's done Aliens. Oh, we watched Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
Yeah.
So he's not done it. So this is the 1989
No idea.
2.5-hour epic,
Oh god.
The Abyss.
Oh no, it's gonna be so. I have no idea what this film's about, but it's
So
gonna be so long.
a quick.
Wait, can I have an idea?
Okay,
Like
so
an
a quick plot.
Yes.
Underwater.
Oh no, it's this one.
Underwater. I don't think it's a drilling facility, but it's an underwater facility, a research facility. A nuclear submarine crashes, so they use the people on the underwater facility to go down and secure the nuclear weapons that are on the submarine.
Is it action? Is it funny? Is it just plain smart, boring? Blah?
I think this is amazing.
Is it no? What?
I think this is really. This is sci-fi. There's aliens.
Okay, I like that.
There's underwater aliens, and this has got.
Do aliens go like this?
Do they go? Do they go?
Why are you putting the effect? Do they go? Boo? I don't know. They're underwater, but I'm sure if they're underwater, they would go. Boo.
Do they go?
Waffle, 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 waffle. We will see you after the movie.
Yes, right. We're gonna go and watch the movie now, and we'll catch you afterwards.
Yep.
James Cameron's the best. Let's do it. We're back.
Yay! Well, it's the next day now because we watched it last night. But
We watched it last night, and we ended up watching. I believe it was the extended version, which
'Cause
has
it was
about an
like
extra
3
20 minutes.
hours.
Yeah, this was like 2.5 hours long.
No, the normal one's 2.5. This one was like close to like 2
No,
hours.
it was 2 hours. I think including all the credits and everything, it was 2:37.
Okay,
So
this
we're
is
about-
a really
we're about-
long film.
2.5 hours. So, The Abyss.
Yeah.
James Cameron's.
Worst film.
Is it so far?
Yes.
Now you've seen Terminator 2.
Yep.
Yes.
Amazing.
Okay. You like that?
Yes.
Yes.
What's it about?
Terminator.
Very
It's
good.
about-
That was the exact answer I was expecting. Avatar.
Amazing.
You love
Blue
Avatar.
I love
Aliens.
Alien.
We've not seen the special edition of Avatar.
Yeah,
You
we did.
have.
I've
I
seen
haven't.
Avatar.
You watched.
We watched it
No,
together.
we watched the original version up in Durness New Year's Day several years ago.
Yeah.
But there's a special edition where you see him before he travels to Pandora.
I've just seen.
Oh, I've seen that section
Oh, okay.
of it. I haven't seen like the full thing. I've seen
James Cameron likes doing these special editions. It's like he adds Avatar's
useless
got
stuff to it,
well,
especially in this film.
this film it was because he goes into the story of the nuclear war that's brewing upstairs above the surface and the tension between the Russians and the Americans.
Yeah.
And so all that news footage and all the footage of the big wave,
Mhm.
which looks partially skanky,
Yeah.
that was never in the original. So
Yeah.
basically he goes down and he sees them and they see him and they reveal who they are, and because he did a good deed in stopping the nuclear bomb, they take him up. Or maybe they don't actually know about the nuclear bomb and they just take him up anyway.
Yeah.
But so you don't like it. What was
I
the other
don't
one
like
we
the
watched?
French.
Titanic. We've all seen Titanic.
Yeah.
That's
haven't
good.
We
That's
did a
good.
podcast on
On Titanic.
Titanic.
You don't remember True Lies?
No.
No.
The Arnold Schwarzenegger spy one where his wife pretends to be a spy, and then finds out that he's actually a spy, and they're both kidnapped?
No.
You're gonna do a granny moment. You're gonna
No.
watch and go,
I've seen this movie. Is this the movie where she pretends to be a spy, and then, but he's a spy?
I think I have seen that.
"Oh my god,
I don't think
it's
I
brilliant!
have.
It's
Okay.
brilliant." This was actually made 1989. I did get the year right. I thought it
Yeah.
was 1998, but it's 1989. After Aliens, before Terminator 2.
Yes.
Yes.
Does it look good?
Some parts look really good, and other parts look
Bad.
really bad.
Like,
Other than the way of the whole underground, the whole village, but that's also in the
well,
extra bit.
No. You see that in the actual. So when he's flying through the corridors, it's all neon and stuff. And
No, when the thing comes up over the water and the ship's on top of it.
okay,
No, when he goes down and he's watching the TV on the water in the castle.
yes, right. So there are scenes there that are in the movie,
Okay.
and there are scenes there that aren't. Like the bits like where it's a bit OTT on the violence of man and war and the nuclear bombs and stuff like that. When they're actually showing him footage on the wall,
Yeah.
that's not in the original movie. But when you're seeing his typing and stuff on the wall, that is.
Okay.
But do you not like the way that they did the water?
I
Like,
quite like the idea.
I like the idea of them parting the water so that he can breathe.
Oh my
I
god.
always thought they could be like-
That's it.
what?
Moses isn't real, aliens are. He
Yeah.
parted the Red Sea, they part everything else.
Moses was an alien.
Yes.
A jellyfish.
Moses.
Moses.
I also think the aliens look kind of weird. Like when she goes up to first touch it, where she's got her hand up, where you see it from like behind her,
Yes.
and you're looking at her hand, and then it turns around. It's like she's moved her hand like this.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look right, and then the lighting isn't right on her face. I don't think.
The problem. I mean, the problem is you're talking 1989.
Yeah, but
The
But
big.
we're judgmental people.
yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was difficult because they had to. I mean, I'm assuming they filmed that in front of a huge green screen, and she wasn't actually underwater, if you understand.
Uh-huh.
Or they did something like that. But I mean, this was the tentacle. I mean, what did you think of the water tentacle that
I
came
thought
out?
that was actually
That was awesome.
quite cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Was that well done?
Yeah.
I thought that was quite cool.
Because that was like, I wouldn't say it's development effects, but from doing that, James Cameron could then do the mimetic polyalloy. I always have to say it like that.
Yeah,
And
you
that's
did.
Oh.
very
The mimetic polyalloy.
yeah,
Sorry, Dora, can you say mimetic polyalloy? So
oh
that
my god,
then
Dora versus the Terminator.
no, Dora would win. But-
Dora would win.
But they'll be saying in a backpack that'll kill the Terminator. But that then was the special effects that allowed him to do the liquid metal for Terminator 2. But
Yeah.
at the time in 1989, it was all
amazing. And
amazing.
topping it
So,
up.
what about the story? Because it did.
It
So-
does not
so-
need to be 2.5 hours long.
So,
They could've
me and
shot-
Isla have decided
Okay.
that the underwater idea, the part of the storm so they can't stay in contact with above, great.
The
The-
whole storm section's good.
The whole storm section
So up to the crane falling down.
yes. So what we don't like is the idea that there's aliens
Uh-huh.
and a psychopath.
They could have picked one or other.
I feel like
The psychopath in the submarine, the captain that gets whatever, Benz.
Michael Biehn.
what was this?
Yeah.
I don't really
Is it
understand
Benz?
how. No,
No.
it's like coffee or something.
Yeah, the character's name is Coffee. I think he
I don't-
gets.
He gets Benz.
It's not the bends. The bends is when you come up. It's like a
It's like the shapes.
decompressurized neural something
Was it?
stress.
It was
Yeah.
like something shortened
So it attacks his nervous system
because of the pressure.
because of the pressure. It's not a sense that he can't deal with it mentally. His body can't take it, and then that puts more pressure on him. And like he can't. If you notice, I think it's really well done because you notice during the film he gets paler and paler.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I mean, the acting overall is pretty good, but
They
like
sunk in his eyes more by going around like here with
Yeah.
like a greyish shade.
yeah, but I mean, he does go down. I mean, he doesn't look like the nicest guy to begin with.
He also when he's
He looks army.
he also when
Yeah, he's
he
part of the
is-
Navy.
Yeah.
when he's with the chain and the main character sneaking up behind him, he's just staring into nothingness.
Yeah.
He's not blinking. He just keeps staring and he's just like
That chain's
pulling
not,
the chain
yeah,
down.
and it's not doing anything. It's just making a clicking noise.
Yeah.
It's good.
But I believe it could have been an amazing movie if they just kept
They
it
either
on
had
the road
one-
of the psychopath.
Or
Or
they
they
kept
kept
it
on
on the road of the aliens. So I feel like they could have done more. They kind of tried to do something that you don't do. It's like in my D&D games, we either have a serious game or a funny game. You can't do both or nothing happens.
So you're saying that if by accident the submarine had crashed
Yeah.
and they went down, why would he then need to... There needs to be something there to make him think that he has to send a nuclear bomb down to the submarine. That's the problem.
Yeah, it could have been nothing. And it could have been him. It could have just been him
Oh, I've got an
thinking,
idea.
going mad, thinking and trying to convince other people
Thinking
that...
everyone was against him.
Yeah.
Okay.
It could have
So I-
also been a thing that he was like, we're gonna die anyway, he's like, oh, you know,
We're gonna
die anyway, we're gonna
like,
lose
let's do it.
oxygen, we're gonna drown or something like that, and he's like, this is not right.
Okay.
You know, I would prefer to die this way than that way. So he's
That's
like,
Or-
let's do this. and
Yeah.
chucks
Or
the
you
nuclear bomb.
you don't have the psychopath
Yeah.
and you end up doing a lot more with the aliens. Like you
Okay.
end up having the aliens interacting a lot more
Yeah.
and making like kind of dividing the team,
Yes.
or like making the whole team believe it but no one getting photos.
Yeah.
No, they're just enjoying their
like
time with
yeah.
it.
taunting.
Yeah.
I feel like they tried to do both and ended up succeeding at nothing.
Okay.
It's
Okay,
a
that's
good
fine.
film,
Nibbies?
but they did both.
I
and
agree
did...
with Philo on this one.
Okay.
I feel like the aliens were kind of like an afterthought because they're in the movie, but they're not at the same. They're like there's like at least like maybe like 15 minutes where there's mention or there is an alien.
Yeah, you don't see them an awful lot until the very end. But
Yeah.
It's like
And the
Jaws, but at
psychopath
least
is
Jaws has the one thing.
it has
Yeah.
Jaws.
Yeah.
Jaws is in there for more than 15 minutes.
Yeah, but you
Yes.
only actually see the full.
You need to watch Jaws.
Yeah.
We do. Okay, right.
That's
so
our movie
our-
for today.
our Kids What We're Watching Today podcast. It's either a great film,
Okay.
it's a good film.
Yeah.
Okay, those are the top ones.
Okay.
You then have the average band where it's not bad
Yeah.
or it's bad.
Yeah.
Alright.
So one means that it's basically bad and one means it's not bad.
I would watch. Yeah.
Neve, what's the one under that? The first bad one.
Bum pants.
It is bum pants. The pants that go over your bum. That's
Why
how
is
bad
it-
this movie
Why
is.
is the last one that? Shouldn't it be like
What's it? What do you think is the last
bum
one?
scoops or
What's
something?
the last one?
Bag of shit?
Bag of shite! It's a bag of shite.
No, you should do bum scoops as the last one.
Arse
Bum
biscuit.
pants.
Bum pants and arse biscuits.
Yeah.
Bum
Is the
pants
bottom one
down.
arse biscuit?
Yeah,
Yes.
the bottom one's
Okay.
arse biscuits.
Let us amend our blackboard.
It's a whiteboard.
It's a whiteboard.
I'm gonna put it to-
Arse biscuits.
This good.
Arse biscuits, which are basically bum nuggets.
Yeah.
Which is
Or
poop.
bum scoops.
Bum scoops. No, bum scoops is leftover food.
Yeah.
That's like, you like.
We
at
didn't
Christmas-
know about this until our dad just kind of talked about it, like when he was in the 90s. He was like, "Yeah,
No, it wasn't when I was in the 90s.
So you were in the 80s then?
No, it was mum. So we used to like cook food, and then because she was working in a bar and I was working different hours, it'd be like, oh, there's bum scoops in the fridge. Bum scoops been leftover food from last night or from
Yeah.
her lunch, or she'd cook something and leave me something.
all right."
So she called it bum scoops. So it's bum pants or it's arse biscuits.
Yeah.
Okay, where does this sit? Nibbies?
Not bad.
It's not bad. Isla,
Bad.
you think it's bad?
Yeah.
It had good elements, and in some parts you're like, "This is really good." My problem was there was no levels. It was just always intense. Like, oh, they're sinking now. They have to go down. Oxygen levels go. There was no levels. There's no, oh, this is great. All this stuff, and then, oh, this is horrible.
There was nothing slightly good to make everything else seem
Going
bad.
The-
Everything was at that same level.
The same
Yeah.
level.
Or
of
it felt maybe there was
tense.
things that were meant to be good, but they weren't good enough for then the bad thing that comes after to
Yeah.
spike down.
Well, to be fair, I mean, you had the scene where she drowns and dies and comes back,
Yeah, which wouldn't work.
which you say wouldn't work. And
Yeah.
also we questioned why she wasn't.
Explain your knowledge towards that.
Because
Show-
she was like, oh, if I have hypothermia, then drown, I'll be fine. You can, like,
She said she
unfreeze my
could go
body.
into a deep state hibernation, but
Yeah.
as you pointed out,
Hibernation doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
You need
How does hibernation work?
it's an active thing the animal needs to do. So a hedgehog has to have the right conditions. They has to be in a burrow. It needs to be cold enough, and it needs to calm itself down and slow its own metabolism down for it to go into hibernation. Whereas she's doing it like
She just got shocked by cold.
she got shot
Yeah.
by cold, and you're just gonna go to sleep.
Okay. The other problem we had,
and she drowned.
one of the weird problems we had, she's
Is
not
that-
wearing a bra when they resuscitated her.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're like, why is she? You actually said, why is she not wearing a bra?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I want to say I feel immensely sorry for the actress there, Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio, because
Wait, that's
James-
a long name. No?
yep, James Cameron is known for doing lots of shoots. This film was plagued by hundreds of problems, numerous problems which I'm not going to
Why?
get into. Well, he decided to film in a tank of water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That water has to stay at a certain temperature.
Yeah, so they didn't put any heaters in, and when they put the heaters in, the heaters didn't heat up the water enough, so it was still cold. So people started to get hypothermia. They had to have like jacuzzis, hot baths outside for people to jump into between shoots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The actors were standing around for ages because James Cameron wanted to set up the cameras and do shots a specific way. In that specific scene where they're all around her and giving her mouth to mouth, which, as Isla pointed out, they're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
One of the camera that's filming them, so you know how you're seeing them from the side,
Yeah.
and you've got her kind of in the front and all the actors around her. They'd done so many takes. This is back in the day when you actually had film in the camera.
Yeah.
The camera ran out of film,
Uh-huh.
and so she's lying there,
Freezing.
freezing, topless.
Braless.
Yes, and I believe she basically walked off set and said, "Fuck this, I'm not doing this anymore."
Yeah.
To fix the problem with the water, because they didn't put a filtration
It would be
system in.
stagnant water.
Yep, so everyone got sick from the stagnant water.
Yeah.
So they doused it with chlorine, and then
Mm-hmm.
everyone had to wear contact lenses because their eyes were burning, and everybody's hair got bleached because the
God.
chlorine was so strong.
Yeah.
So
God.
like hundreds and hundreds of problems. They had to end up shooting at night time because there was a crack in the place they were filming in a disused nuclear reactor
Filled with water.
filled with water, and it cracked, and so I think 100,000 litres of water flooded out. So it wasn't deep enough, and the sun kept coming through. So what they had to do is they had to put a tarpaulin over the top, and then there was a storm that blew off, and then they had to film at nighttime. So like hundreds of I think the staff were wearing the crew were wearing a T-shirt that says like, instead of "Life's a bitch and then you die," "Life's abyss and then you dive."
Mhm.
So like they hated it.
No one liked filming that movie.
I don't think anyone did.
No. And it shows because they're not. It gets worse progressively over the film.
I think it's a good film.
Okay.
By today's standards,
It's not
maybe
bad.
back then it was nearly great,
Yeah.
because you watch it and you're like, oh man, special effects and sci-fi and underwater, and it's well. I mean, I always thought the underwater stuff was well shot.
It
Yes,
was.
it
Yeah.
was
All
well
this
shot.
stuff with the moving, there's a lot of model work in there that you don't notice, and they did a really clever thing where the little submersibles that have the people in them.
Mhm.
They're big models, but they have a camera inside them, and what they're doing is they're projecting the actor onto a screen, so the model actually has a projection of the actor in it.
Oh.
So it looks like the actor is actually
driving it.
driving it. And I always thought the scene where Coffee dies, where his rig implodes, I always thought that was really well done,
That
Yeah.
was looked
because
well
that's the
done.
first time you're used to seeing stuff explode. You're not used to seeing stuff get crushed in the way,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and I always thought that was really well done.
One
Also,
thing
the
I must
liquid.
say-
The liquid looks really weird when the
oxygen-
oxyfluorine.
Do you know how they did that? I only
Mm.
found this out yesterday because
Oh.
for years I thought, oh my god, Ed Harris was actually breathing like
No,
a
they
water.
weren't.
I was like, how did they do that?
Did they? Can I have a guess?
Okay, go for it.
So they got the helmet, then they put another layer into
Into
it, and then they filled that layer with the liquid so that
Yeah.
it looks like he's
That's what I thought,
okay.
That's what.
but that's not true.
Oh, can I have a guess?
Okay,
He almost died by drinking and breathing liquid.
no,
Okay.
close though.
Thank you.
They actually filled his helmet. They gave him, I believe, if you breathe pure oxygen, you can hold your breath for
Yeah.
longer.
Yeah.
They got him to breathe oxygen, and then they actually filled it with this pink liquid. So he literally held his breath for all the time he had that, and
I
he
mean,
had a helmet.
free divers can hold their breath for like 16 minutes.
Yeah.
So
So so
Yeah.
it's not impossible, but I mean, can you imagine
I would have stressed out
the
so
dangers
Yeah.
and the stress of that?
much. No, I wouldn't do that.
But they actually put him. I mean,
In
he
a-
obviously has a quick release, just in case.
You just gotta
Yeah.
yank it off.
But I would have thought they would have gone with a thin, a very close face mask.
yeah.
I'm covering the mic now. Really close face mask just gives you enough space, and then a really thick
Layer
lens of
this-
liquid,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then go from there. But I was like, wow, that's pretty.
Well, freedivers can do that, so... But I wouldn't think... He would have had to have had training to do that,
yeah.
to hold his breath and not get the fear
Yeah.
of being surrounded by liquid.
Yeah, he became, just filming that film, he did so much diving that he nearly became certificated as a professional diver.
Oh, I would have kept going afterwards.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah. But
So that'd be an awesome thing to have on your actor resume. Like, I have a certificate.
I think probably after that film, he never ever wanted to get back in the water again.
He probably had a fear of swimming
Yeah.
pools.
But Ed Harris is a god. He's awesome. He's
Yeah.
doing amazing stuff. Right, that is the letter A done.
Next is I.
It is I for Isla. Don't tell us if have you picked anything yet?
Yeah.
You
I've
have
got
picked
it. I've
something,
got a film.
but we're not watching it tonight
Or tomorrow.
or tomorrow.
Why?
Sunday night. Sunday night.
Why not
Sunday night.
tomorrow?
Because she's got
D&D.
D&D. Or if your D&D game finishes early tonight, we can watch it.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
we can set it up for maybe earlier.
We'll
maybe.
see. Right. Thank you very
My
much.
film though, it's gonna be exciting.
Oh my god. Thank you very much for listening to our Alphabet podcast.
First
Letter down.
And as an overall, it was
Not
was not
bad.
bad.
Because you had a good.
So I had a good, you had a bad, and Neve had a not bad. So we're going to average out in the middle of not bad. So The Abyss is not a bad film.
Yep.
It's
it's
just
not good.
not good,
Not bad.
not bad.
It's just not bad.
It's just not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for listening.
Thank
Follow us
you.
on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Kitty Winkles.
Yeah.
What?
Quietly say goodbye. And now try and say goodbye being less freaky.